Okay, well, some people had questions about this camera mount, so I figured I'd make another video about it. So, picture is worth 1,000 words, so here is just another look at the camera mount. And one question regarded this servo right here. This used to be a blue servo, now it's white. What that does is it actuates two limit switches, and I will zoom in so you can see it. Just like that. Two limit switches, so when the servo rotates, I flip a switch on my transmitter, servo rotates and closes or opens both limit switches simultaneously. And what that does is provides a direction of current to the motor on this device. Motor's right there. And that is a little 250-to-1 gear ratio motor sold by Servo City. Good high quality motor. And so the direction of current flow of that motor rotates one way or the other based on the position of that switch. And that opens or closes the door, raises or lowers the camera simultaneously. So that motor does all the mechanical work of raising and lowering the camera, as well as opening and closing the door. And then limit switches, here's the door open limit switch, and then another limit switch right there. That's the door close limit switch. Those prevent the motor from overrunning. It just stops the motor when it reaches its extreme of travel. And then another question about, there was another question about the gear train. And so if you look at that, you can see the gear train in there. Pinion gears right here. One of the bull gears back, kind of tucked back in there. Another bull gear on the other side, tucked in over there. And those gears are what drive the door open and closed. And they drive it open and closed via two rack gears, which are visible in the front. Hopefully that's fairly visible. You can see there's a white gear right down there and another one on the left side of the lens of the camera. Those are also purchased from Servo City, as well as all the gears. All have stills of all these parts after the video here. And that's pretty much it. Of course, Mobius camera right here, extension cable going right into the guts of what we're doing inside here to tilt the lens up and down. So here you can see again the white servo and the limit switches, and when I flip a switch on my transmitter, you can see the motion of the servo change in electrical status, and then the whole camera goes down to the airstream. Then another look at the gears back here, which might be of use. Way back in there. You can just barely see the gears back in there. I'll flip the switch. Alright, so this view shows the pan tilt camera mount installed in the Sky Hunter fuselage. And you can also see here I'm charging up the orange Mobius camera with a little USB mini plug. This view shows the N20 gear motor, 251 gear ratio. Again, a high quality motor, does the job. I've been using it for probably 100 cycles now, 120 cycles, and it works great. Here is the schematic for the N20 gear motor, the raised lower schematic. You can see in the upper and lower parts of the schematic the single pole double throw switches that simultaneously are switched by the servo for raising or lowering, changing the direction of current through the motor. The left and right side switches, those are your limit switches on the door for open and close limit. Not shown is a fuse that I have in series with the motor. It's a 5 amp fuse, just to keep any catastrophic failure of the motor from causing any kind of electrical fire on the plane. And here's the parts list for the gears and the gear racks I got from Servo City. The N20 motor also purchased from Servo City. I just don't have its part number. And that's about it. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks a lot.